how y'all doing? So it's been a little while. Why don't we do my makeup, my current kind of favorite routines and my favorite products, and catch up. Put a little greenery in here, spice it up. I did my hair this morning and it is now completely dry, so I'm just gonna add a little bit of oil. Well, actually that's a lie. Now that I feel the back of it, it's not completely dry, but I'm gonna fluff it up a little bit. I've really been trying to up my hair game. Hope you can tell. But the curls are curling. I got a Cado cut at Hair by Rima. If you saw that Instagram reel, it was so good. She's a freaking genius. And this was like over a month ago and it still looks like a fresh cut in my opinion. One thing that hasn't changed about me is excessive sweating. Okay, some things stay the same, baby. I'm gonna use this Clinique mist. I did my skincare, well, I sort of did my skincare a couple of hours ago, kind of not, so I haven't really moisturized. So I'm gonna do the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. Still love this so much. You don't need a lot of it. I am so sweaty. And if you are on antidepressants, which I'm actually not right now, but if you are on antidepressants in the summertime, that is why you might be excessively sweating, and that can lead to dehydration, so drink your water. So this has actually been a makeup routine that I've been kind of depending on lately, the past few months, where it has been getting warmer in Toronto, or when I was on antidepressants, just the excessive sweating where you're like, outside, you're walking, it's fine, and then you step inside, I'll include a clip, and then I become like, absolute sweat monster, look like I just ran a marathon. It's so embarrassing. I'm like, here I am, supposed to be a freaking beauty YouTuber, whatever the hell you want to call me nowadays, and like there's nothing I can do about the excessive sweat on my face, and I don't want to get Botox. So anyways, this has been what the routine has been. I use the One Size Secure the Sweat. I feel like the best way to use this is on skin that is hydrated. I don't put it on a super dry face. I only put on a little. You sort of pat it in because it can sort of pill a little bit, but I do like it. Hair is looking a little flat, but I really want to wear it curly the next couple of days. So this is kind of day one. It's not as bouncy. But this has been seriously the key to these makeup looks. I swear this is probably, in my 12 years of reviewing foundations, one of the best foundations I've ever used in my life. It sticks on your face. I love that the packaging is slim. The shade match is really great for me too. This is the Urban Decay Face Bond Foundation. When I tell you, this stuff lasts. And you know what's so funny is I was wearing this straight for like probably 5 months, or I don't know, 4 months. Who knows? I don't know. Time means nothing anymore. But either way, when I was going to make this video, I've kind of started switching it up a little bit, just kind of playing around with makeup because that's what I do. But I was like, what powder was I wearing all the time with this foundation? I wasn't wearing powder. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Me. But you really do not need to use powder with this, even if you're oily and sweaty. You obviously can, but I think part of the problem sometimes, look how beautifully it blends into my skin. I'll get up close. I have some, my lighting is weird right now. I'm not used to filming for YouTube, and that's part of the reason why I haven't been, because just like all these different setups and different things. I don't know. Life is really lifing so hard. But either way, it blends into the skin like a dream. It looks super natural, and sometimes when it comes to oily skin, I find the more products you put on, the more oily you can look, at least the heavier it feels. So being able to skip that powder step is really nice. And I find this to be a really good shade for me. I think I said it's 23 medium neutral. The concealer I've been using nonstop, you know, I go like, my concealers and I, we get in kind of like long-term relationships a little bit. So I've been using the House Labs, whatever they call this, concealer, medium peach, partially, like it's just one of those perfect combinations of a great shade and a great formula for me, because sometimes that doesn't always happen. Concealers can be really yellow at times, so I find this to be a great shade. It's super creamy. If you tend to like the same kind of concealers that I do, like I used to be a Shape Tape girly, then I moved on to like NARS creamy. More recently I was loving the Makeup Forever matte Velvet for months, and then this has been the current obsession. But yeah, if you're kind of wondering what's been going on, if you're not following me on Instagram or on TikTok, it's been a combination of things. It's been a combination of life. You know, every time I get on here, I feel like I'm like crying and like screaming, crying, throwing up. And I was kind of getting sick of that. So I was like, I need to take a little break because I honestly feel so vulnerable and so close, and like the YouTube channel thing more than any other platform. So it's like I can't help but get on here and be incredibly open and honest and vulnerable, but I couldn't mentally take doing that over and over when I was so fragile. So I'm in a better place now, but I'm still dealing with my mom's estate after she passed away last year, and that is a very heavy mental and just like actual load. It's like a full-time job or another job, part-time job that you never wanted, and then trying to figure out like how to deal with my business. Like things have changed so much in the industry since the pandemic. It's so heavy on short form content, so trying to figure out where I fit with that. I've been so I think that one of the main things honestly has been I've been so incredibly frustrated with my space. So I've lived in this condo for 7 years since I moved to Toronto in 2016. I'm gonna use the Fenty Matchstick and Truffle. I go on and off with this, and it's just really solid. It's better than it was when they first launched it. I swear the formula was really dry then. But yeah, this space is just starting to send me into insanity. So I feel very grateful to, you know, have a roof over my head and whatnot, but when your house is where you work is one thing, and then not only is my house where I work, it's also like a set, and there's kind of like no good places for me to work. And it's the way that things are now, like people don't just sit down and film videos like they used to, so I could carve out my little space in the den here, and now it's like your whole place has to be a set, and it's like it's not aesthetic here. It's old. I've lived here for so long because my landlord pays like doesn't make me pay too much. Like I lived here with my ex. Like I was straight when I moved in here. Life was different. Life like has, you know, changed a lot. I've lived a lot here. The walls have seen too much. Also, like my bedroom is an interior bedroom. If you live in like a bigger city or you've been to Toronto, you know specifically what I'm talking about. But basically they put the bedrooms like inside the unit, and my door like is 2 glass doors that close, but there's no actual window. So they get away by saying like that glass wall is my window. Or sometimes it's called a junior 1 bedroom, whatever. Either way, it's dark. And I need some natural light. It's like a basement effect, but I'm not in a basement, like I'm in a high-rise condo. So that has been just really getting me down. It makes it really hard to work when I want to shoot things, and just the space is not conducive to it. You know, it's like showing, if you have an office job, it's like showing up and your desk is in a weird spot and the lighting's off and your computer's not working. It's like that's how it feels when I show up to work. Or like you work in retail and the clothes is everywhere and there's nothing to help you hang it. There's no hangers and whatever. Like I don't know. You just like, I feel like I don't have the tools to do my job. And like I'm the boss, unfortunately. And it's hard. So on top of that and struggling with my mental health, blah, 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 blah. It's been a lot. This has fallen to the wayside. So I apologize. And I really, really appreciate to anybody who's like reached out to me and said they miss YouTube videos, because I miss the YouTube videos too. I still watch YouTube. I love sitting down and chatting. I'm still a yapper. I'm going to use the Huda Beauty Easy Bake and Snatch under my eyes. This is the pressed. I really like the powder as well. Or yeah, I like this is the pressed. I really like the loose as well, but I always prefer a pressed. But I will say, and I'm so much more inclined to buy Huda Beauty now after I've seen her speaking up over the past, you know, however many months, many months it's been, with the ongoing, I don't even know how YouTube suppresses language, and I want to use the correct language, but I also don't want my video to be taken down, because it's far beyond a war and a conflict what's going on in Gaza right now. It's disgusting, and it's been really hard to be in an industry with a bunch of people who claim to be influential and say that they have a platform and a voice and refuse to say anything about what's going on. And I can't be one of those people. I want to be on the right side of history. And yeah, it's just been really wild to see the hypocrisy and the like I don't know, just we all learned a lot in 2020 about the world. I think a lot of people woke up to the privileges that we have, and even more so now. It's been just really, I don't know, to see it happening in front of your eyes and see the complete denial has just thrown me for such a loop. And it almost feels like you're in an abusive relationship with a narcissist, where the closest thing you'll get to confession is an accusation. And it's like everything you've said is what you've said you're afraid of is what you've actually done. And everything you've accused me of is what you have actually done. And then I see it with my own eyes, and you justify it, you gaslight me. And it's just been like on the largest, most violent scale globally that I've ever seen in my life, and to witness something like this after growing up our entire lives in school, and being told like, you know, look at this mass killing, how bad it was, what would you have done at the time, what would you have done at the time, and now I feel like we're in the time and I don't see anybody doing anything. So that's also part of it, is I just I've been at a bit of a loss globally. And for people to say like it's too political and you shouldn't talk about this and that. For anybody who says anything is too political, to me is such a huge red flag now, because politics is about people, and if you want to call it politics, human rights, whatever, I really don't care. You know what I mean? I really don't care anymore. So I'm trying to find my place in an industry that, you know, has a lot of bad sides to it, but I want to be a good part of it, and every industry has something bad in it, and I want to use my platform for something that's actually positive. But to continue to have a platform, I need to continue to work with brands, and some of the brands suck, and you know, I've always wanted to be that kind of go-between between like you and the brands, to be like, hey, you don't have enough shades, hey, you don't have enough of this, or this is what the people want, this is what they don't want, and whatever. So I don't know, it's a very interesting time. It's been a very disappointing time. And yeah, I don't know. That's my rant. If you're still with me, I appreciate it. And this is the Haus Labs Fire Moon Blush. I purchased this during the Sephora sale. Been wearing it non-stop. If you like these kind of like peachy, neutral, little warm tone, it's matte. Haus Labs truly has really, really impressed me. Like the concealer, the bronzer, you know I love. I think I've hit pan on that. Really, really good stuff. Really good. I also bronzed with the MAC Radiant Skin Finish in medium golden. I've been using this a ton. Yeah. This just in, Samantha's using a new brow gel. So I've been using the Urban Decay Slick UD Brow Slick a lot. Love that, love that. And then this just as good. Interchangeably use them. This one is just in a bit better condition because the Brow Slick is almost empty now, so it's gotten a little goopy towards the end. But this is the first time in a long ass time I've purchased from Anastasia. I really have no interest in purchasing from them anymore. Like, I'm not like against the brand necessarily, but it just doesn't really intrigue me. But I always am curious about a brow gel, and I'm like, this is kind of like an Instagram baddie gel brand. A little old school, so I'm like, they're probably coming out with like a harsh brow gel because all these brands are so natural and organic and now. And I'm like, give me the shit that's gonna make my brow stick. And this is that. Because the girl at Sephora said it was similar to 24-Hour Brow Setter from Benefit. So I was like, say less, girl. Also, shout out to Samantha at Sephora in St. John's, Newfoundland. Oh, she was such a treat. And she served me, and we realized we had the same name, and it was great. My grandmother actually fell in love with a Fenty lipstick, those glazed lipsticks, and of course I got rid of them. So I bought her one of the new ones, and she seems to like that. But speaking of Fenty, this is actually the highlighter that I've been wearing non-stop ever since it launched. Like, ever since Urban Decay Face Balm launched, that's how long I've been wearing that. I don't know how many months it's been. Same with this Fenty. This is the Light Diffusing Highlighter in Loose Change. Stunning. Stunning, stunning, stunning. Looks so good on the skin. I don't find it glittery, although someone commented on my YouTube short like literally 2 days ago and said they found it glittery. I don't. Look at that like wet glow to it. My skin is a little textured right now, but what's new? And then to lock it all in place, Urban Decay All Nighter. Pick your poison. Any of them are good. I love the Ultra Glow. I like this vitamin C one. Whatever. And then on my eyes, I'm going to use this bronzer just in the crease of my eyes. The Lady Gaga, well, not, I don't know, should I? Not Lady Gaga, the Haus Labs blush looks very good on the eyes as well. Speaking of Lady Gaga, are you guys into the Olympics? I freaking love the Olympics. I have issues this year, of course, with certain things that are going on. They've got like a guy who assaulted a child playing in the beach volleyball, but women can't wear hijabs. It's like, okay, the hypocrisy amongst many other things. But I made a TikTok about the opening ceremonies because I just didn't like that they were on boats. I want to see the outfits. This is a fashion show. My Housewives fans, this is a fashion show with no fashions. Like, the flag bearers, you could barely see them. You couldn't really see their outfits. Like, I get they put on, honestly, an incredible show. Like, they turned that whole city into a beautiful set. Like, I was saying to my friends, like, every great, like, not every, I don't know anything about the theater, but like a lot of great things are set in Paris. So like the fact that they used Paris as a set essentially for the opening ceremonies, iconic. I just didn't love the opening ceremonies in terms of like highlighting the athletes. But did I lose where I was going in my initial thought? This is, if you remember, I did a Yes Style haul a while back. This is one of the Blessed Moon, I think is the brand, shadows in Lost Aura, and it's one of my faves for my lid. I consider it to be not completely, well, definitely not a dupe, but an alternative if you have a deeper skin tone and skin tone more similar to mine, and you're looking for a shadow that's like Urban Decay, whatever their cowboy is that all the white girlies are wearing on their lids, because it looks really good, because on their skin tone it just looks like, you know, a reflect is more similar to their skin tone, but on mine it really pops. It looks more cool toned. So this is one of those sparkles that it's not like, would I call it an everyday sparkle? Like, kinda, you know, like it sort of looks glazed and wet on the lid. It's sort of obviously sparkles, but anyways, I was gonna say something about the Olympics and whatever, and I hopefully off track there, but I really love this shadow. Now I've been using this NARS Climax liquid eyeliner, but does it even exist anymore? It's so good. It's one of my favorites. I love the shape of it. Like, it can be flat or, oh shit, or thin. Come on. I'm trying to talk you up. Why you gotta do me like that? Oh, it is. Okay, good. So I was gonna use it anyways. But yeah, I think I'm trying to find like the balance of how I'm me online, how I grow with my channel, how I use my platform for more than just beauty, but how do I find that balance? Because I still love makeup. I love chatting about makeup. I love seeing all the new launches, but things are different now. And then I also have my own kind of complex about, like, I don't know, the girlies are very young now. But what has been kind of cool is that I'm starting to have creators come up to me at events, which, by the way, there's so many more beauty events. I think that's also why I'm having trouble filming YouTube videos, is like sometimes I'm going to like 6 events in a week. It's so social. It's talking so much. Like, I might seem like I can yap for 24/7, but it's draining. It's very social. But I'm starting to have creators come up to me and say, like, I used to follow you, and now they have their own pages, which I just think is so freaking cool. And that is really special. But then as I'm hearing people being like, I used to follow, or used to watch you on YouTube, I'm like, used to? I'm like, I gotta get back online. Shit. And I think I also just like didn't really realize how long I've been doing this for, because the pandemic, like, the time just slipped away. And I always say, like, yeah, I've been doing this full time since 2017, and that I never really clocked that meant I've been doing this full time for 7 years. I incorporated my business, Samantha Jane Inc. in 2019. I actually started my YouTube channel in November of 2012. Like, it's been a long time. And to be frank, I don't feel like I've grown with my business, in the sense, like, I've grown as a person. My business has grown to some degree. Like, I make enough money to make a living and all of that, and I'm very happy about that. But like, I haven't upped my game. I feel like I'm still sitting here in the same freaking setup, like the depression and anxiety and having to be your own boss. And, you know, I haven't always, like, I definitely for years did not have a good partner by my side. And not saying that, like, obviously if you have a supportive partner or a family on the ground or whatever, like, I have no family here in Toronto, and whatever, like, I don't want to be making excuses, but it has been a little harder for me to grow my business, and I have not been a part of that either, and sort of am reactive to a lot of things as opposed to like planning ahead and trying to be innovative and creative and whatever. And the more my mental health affected me, the more I realized how creative a job this is. And it was so much harder to sit down and chat because life just felt personally so heavy and there was so much on the go. And then I forced myself to sit down and film a lot, and then I think I sort of traumatized myself a little in that process too. I don't know. I'm still processing as I'm talking to you right now. It's ongoing. I'm gonna do a little mascara combo. This is the Eyelash, but I would love to hear from you what you would like to see from me. I'm gonna do a massive declutter. That's been also weighing on me because I just have too much stuff and I'm hoarding. And it's ridiculous, but it's also hard to get rid of stuff because I love makeup. I'm gonna use the L'Oreal Panorama as well. I love this mascara. Both of these are great on their own, but you know me. I'm also gonna film a PR unboxing after this. So that's 2 YouTube videos I did today. Hoorah. And yeah, but like, what else would you like to see from me? Should I be doing like old school foundation reviews again? Do you want that back? I mean, I have thoughts about current makeup reviews, if you can call them that. And like, not to get into this whole thing, but like, I never started this to sell shit, and I feel like now it's like the standard that you should be making you should be making products go viral. And I'm like, why would I want to make something go viral? Like, yeah, it's cool to be a part of that and whatever, but makeup is supposed to be so individual. So like, yes, something can go viral, but like, something should also not, like, there's very few things that work for everybody, you know? It's like, this should go viral amongst people who have straight lashes. This should go viral amongst people who have acne. This should go viral amongst people who have oily skin because it's a great foundation. It's like, everything is supposed to work for everybody now, and people who review products, like, if it doesn't work for them, there's absolutely no nuance. It's just like, this is shit, you shouldn't buy it, this company is the devil. Instead of being like, you know, this might work better for dry skin, or I didn't actually test this out. Like, the amount of times I saw somebody say that something was a dupe for something the other day that hadn't tried the other product. I saw someone who said that the e.l.f. gel moisturizing cream was a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Magic cream. Huh? Like, what are you talking about? Like, people are just saying things. And that has been kind of discouraging. So I've kind of been like, I gotta step away from y'all for a minute. But I also want to do like more fashion videos, more everything, and like, if you have been following me on Instagram, you've seen that I've been doing other stuff. Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat in, I think this is Foxy Brown, yeah. Blush blindness and this blindness and that. Every celebrity and every person that's ever been famous has been like, and everybody made fun of me for being different, but look at me now, I'm making $1 jillion. And then we still continue to be like, you're different, and make fun of people until they make it like completely famous. And then it's okay. And then it becomes a trend and everybody copies. Okay, so on to one of my favorite lipsticks of all time, the Maybelline Superstay Vinyl Inks. They came out with a few new shades, and my current favorite of theirs has been Rogue. I think this is such a nice shade. It's so corally, it's so beautiful. It's like, it's definitely not on my lips, but better, clearly, but it gives me that, like, my lips do have some natural, like, corally peachy to them, and it just bumps it up a little. And with the brown lip liner, I know some people don't love this formula, but I freaking love it. And some of the shades, bangers. Golden, peachy, Rogue, red hot. 10 out of 10 out of 10 out of 10. Okay, this is the finished look. I'm getting ready now to film a PR unboxing because I got a bunch of mail that I did not open before I went home to Newfoundland. So hopefully you enjoyed getting ready with me. I miss getting ready with you. Please let me know what you'd like to see down below, whether it's product reviews, chit chat, do you have questions, subjects. I don't know. I'm honestly open to anything, but I do hope to be back more regularly, and yeah. That's all I can say. I know I say that and then I leave for 6 months. So you don't need to believe me. I'm not trying to gaslight you. Let me prove myself. Actions over words. You know what I mean? Okay, thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to keep up with me, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at SamanthaJaneYT, and I'll see you next time. Bye! Ooh, it's been a while.